Hello YouTube, welcome back to another game of Starcraft 2 Legacy of the Void. This is going to be the second game between our Terran and Protoss players here. It is going to be on Lerilak Crest, as you can see, and it is Byun versus Lilbow. Now spoilers are coming, so if you haven't seen the previous game, I really recommend watching that. The link is going to be in the description below. And let's see how this one pans out. So I think I should probably introduce a question of this series, and what I'm going to do is I kind of know the answer to this roughly. Basically, what age group are you from? Now I'm going to go in groups of 5 here, so we'll round the numbers up. So if you're, let's say, between 21 and 25, say 21, 25. If you're between 26 and 30, say 26 and 30. If you're between 31 and 36 and so on, say which age group you're in. Obviously I don't want to know your exact age in case you don't want to mention it, but I just want to get a rough idea of who's actually watching my videos. I kind of have statistics for this already, but just want to see if I can get you guys to leave a comment below and interact with me as well. So let's introduce our players very quickly. On the bottom right hand side here of Lerilak Crest, we've got Lilbow, spawning as the blue Protoss. Now Lilbow is on Team Millenium and he is from France. His opponent is going to be Byun, who is the red Terran, spawning on the right hand side here. And he is on X Team and from South Korea. So let's see how this one plays out. Now the scores are about to be displayed, and we are currently at 1-0 in favor of Byun, so he is a little bit ahead. Doing pretty good. He did a nice bit of harassment in the last game, which I think pretty much won him the game. I mean, he standardized the game with a marine, with his Hellions, and then he just completely pulled ahead with a Liberator harassment type gameplay, which is quite standard, of course, for Terrans. But at that point, Lilbow tried to go for the all-in and unfortunately didn't quite pay off. And at that point, he was just too far behind. So let's see, going for a fairly similar build here for Byun. He does have his double marines, has his factory on the way. The only thing is he has gone for his command center a little bit earlier in this one. In the last one, he just went one base and only put down his command center afterwards. So let's see what we've got here. Twilight Council coming on out here. Now I think this is probably going to be for Blink. If you haven't heard in the previous game, the Adepts, this is the patch where the Adept got nerfed, so they no longer two-shot workers. So a lot of people have been staying away from Adepts simply because of that nerf. I don't know if it's in rebellion to Blizzard or whether they're just not worth it anymore, but they seem to be focusing a lot more on Stalker play these days. So definitely a bit of an interesting one. Starport is on the way, but we do have a Widow Mine also being created right now. And of course Blink for Stalkers as predicted. Now let's have a quick look at the APM tab just to see what is going on about. 300 APM for both of our players. Quite nice numbers. Now pro players tend to go sometimes a lot higher than that. They might jump up to 800-900 every now and then, which is pretty sick. I mean, imagine playing at that much. Let's see, Medevac is being created. I think he's going to try to do the exact same thing as last time. Just basically drop the Widowmine and Marines into the main mineral line. But is he going to manage to pull it off? There is very little space in the back here. Now scan going down, so he's going to see exactly what's going on inside that base. Creating a few pylons in the back. Now, pylons in the back of a mineral line have multiple purposes, not just to build buildings there. As a lot of you may be aware, pylons may very well be used for overcharging capabilities, so that you can defend with just a mothership core if there's a small drop going down. Now he's putting down a bunker because he's not really sure what's going down. Typically you wouldn't see players putting down a bunker unless they're really kind of worried about something coming up against them. So gateway being put down next to this pylon, what that does essentially is just makes the units warp in faster next to a gateway. They warp in faster next to a gateway and next to a nexus. And let's see, we have a bunker in both the main base and the expansion. Now this could be very well here, just to see if there's blink stalkers coming up. And let's see, Mothership Core is also here. More blink stalkers. Now the Mothership Core is going to be able to reveal the high ground and the bunker in position as well. And there we go, the blink going down, managing to snipe off the siege tank pretty much straight away. Oh my god, the actual Widow Mines here doing a huge amount of damage to the mineral line. But the engagement here with all of these stalkers moving straight in. They're not scared of all these marines, despite the fact that they will probably lose all of them. But how much damage to the SCVs will they do before they die? Honestly, all they have to do is kill off about 9 or 10 workers, and at that point it's already worth it. These Widow Mines are about to load up. Gonna do more damage with that and more reinforcing stalkers, and a few zealots being thrown down as well. Is he gonna be able to snipe off this bunker? Yes, he is indeed. But he is getting warded off quite nicely here. Destroys the bunker, but how much did he lose for that? Honestly, I don't know if that was worth it for him. And as you can see here, another 7 SCVs have been taken out, bringing the total... Actually, no, that's not it. Sorry, yeah, 16 probes have been taken out at this point. So these Widow Mines doing such a brilliant job right now. And GG has been called by Lilbow. Byun taking game number 2. The all-in here didn't quite work out as well. And wow, so that's 2 times he's done the exact same thing, and Byun has held it off beautifully, and resulting in a game being lost so early in the game. So both games being about 7 minutes so far. Very interesting indeed. And that is pretty much it for game number 2, the all-in from Lilbow, not quite working out as he planned. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Of course, leave it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more of my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Good luck, take care, and I'll see you guys next time.